Chip Ritchie out here on the tournament floor with Kyle Pukasukovic. We are both joined now by Kenny Wisdom. So Kenny, we were walking around and we saw a bunch of people playing with some kind of unexpected cards, some random common and uncommon holo cards that I don't really see competitive play. Talk to us about what these players were doing.
Yeah, Chip. So what they were doing is a format called Battle Box. This is basically a two-player draft format where Tyler Ninamura, our friend and colleague, has kind of developed a set of cards that's kind of fun to play against each other. It's a big stack of 80 cards. Players are going to draft those cards back and forth. So I think there's some video of you and Kyle doing that. The fans will get to see what that looks like. And then you'll build decks out of them and play just using those cards. So like you said, it's a lot of cards that, not a lot of EXs. There's no rule box Pokemon. There's not a lot of cards that are kind of at the top of the standard metagame. But there's a lot of fun cards that we think make for a really cool, compelling, 1v1 experience.
Absolutely, yeah. And so Kyle and I had to check it out. We drafted ourselves. We built ourselves each a nice little 40-card deck. Tell us about what that process was, Kyle.
Yeah, we went back and forth. We had 5-card packs. You pick a card, then pass the other 4. Then you take 2, and then pass the last 2. So you just kind of keep going over and over till you get through the whole stack of cards. Then you look at what you've done, the good and bad decisions I made at the end. And then you have to figure out how to add energy and make a 40-card deck. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's really quick, nice, just casual way to play.
Absolutely. And so you and I have both built 40-card decks. I've got a Darkness Fire type deck going here with Grimmsnarl and Infernape. I'm excited to try out. What did you build, Kyle?
I got a nice Festival Grounds deck. Got the Festival lead going, so we'll see if we can pull that off.
Well, I think Kyle and I are going to get to the stage, and we're going to see who can come out on top. You ready?
Let's battle.
All right, Kyle, you ready to go? You ready to play our Battle Box decks?
Let's do it.
All right, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads is the call, and tails is the flip. I think I'm going to choose to go second here.
All right, fair enough. Good luck, Chip.
Good luck, Kyle.
There are a few cards in the Battle Box specifically that will encourage you to go first or second, depending on how you constructed your decks.
I can see it. All right, I'm going to start this. I'm not too upset about that.
Okay. I'm going to start with a mythical Pokemon.
Mythical Pokemon, he says. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we are only playing 40-card decks, so that means we only have 4 prize cards, right, Kenny?
That's correct. One of the features of 40-card decks. Hopefully a quicker game, more casual.
More casual. All right. You ready, Kyle?
All right. Good luck, Chip.
buddy.
Oh. Flippity flap flew away.
Flippity flap flew away, he says.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to draw a card. So yeah, going first. Can't play a supporter, unfortunately. I will play a Dusk Ball.
Okay.
This is a card that's actually a lot better in 40-card decks. Your
Sure.
deck is smaller, so you're more likely to find the card you need.
Easier to lift up your deck, too.
Yeah.
That's
can't forget that.
point.
Look at the bottom 7 cards of my deck, and I can reveal a Pokemon I find there.
See what you get.
I think... Yeah. I'll take one of the key members of my strategy,
Ooh.
the Grookey. Get that, and then shuffle the rest of the cards back into my deck. Unfortunately, I do not have an energy, but I'll put down this Swirlix, and then I'll pass to you.
Okay. While you're shuffling, I'll go ahead and draw to start my turn. Okay. I'm going to attach an energy for turn to my Jinx. Yep. I'll then bench Klefki.
Okay.
I'll...
Don't love that you started with that Jinx. But all right.
Yeah, Jinx is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to bench Vulpix, and then I will play Lucian as my supporter for turn. Each player shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of the deck. If either player puts any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, they flip a coin. If heads, they draw 6. If tails, get 3.
Unfortunate.
So put those to the bottom, and hoping I get a heads, and you get a tails.
Interesting.
I got a
Ooh,
tails.
you got a tails. Let's try that again.
Okay. I got a tails. You get... Oh,
Heads.
my gosh.
Oh, thank you.
This has backfired terribly.
Classic Puka moment.
True. Ooh, that is actually a pretty good 3 cards. I'm not going to be too upset about that, as I will play
okay.
my buddy Poffin to search my deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less.
Not
Put
bad.
them onto my bench. That is not too bad. Similarly to how that card is good in Standard, very good in a limited format like this one.
Yeah. You do need to have Pokemon that have 70 HP is the thing, though,
That is true. That is a good point.
or less.
I do have that, so
Oh.
I feel okay about it.
Bummer.
Bummer. What am I gonna move the energy to? Okay. I'll grab Dunsparce.
Okay.
And I will also bench an Impidimp.
Okay.
Then
Scary.
I'll go back into the deck and I'll use Jinx's Inviting Kiss to search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench, then shuffle my deck. And if I put any Pokemon onto my bench in this way, I get to move an energy from Jinx to that Pokemon.
Okay.
And I will grab Eviltal and move the Darkness energy from Jinx to the Eviltal.
I see.
I'll pass it to you. It's your turn.
All right. You've countered my mythical Pokemon with the legendary Pokemon, I see. Okay. All right. I'll draw my card for the turn. Not a great 6 cards. The card I wanted is now on the bottom of my deck, unfortunately.
All according to plan. All according to plan.
Thankfully, though, I have this great Victini here.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and just drop a fighting energy on that one. And we're going to use the old flippity flap. Shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 6 cards.
I feel like there's a few Pokemon over the years that have had that attack name, and it's always one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think it's on a Shaman before. Yep. Yeah. Flippity flapping those little wings.
Are they wings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and draw my card to get started. That is an interesting one.
Okay, don't like that.
I'll attach an energy for turn to my Klefki. And then I'll use Surfer to switch my active Pokemon with one of my bench Pokemon. And if I do, I get to draw cards. So I have 5 in my hand. So I'll send up the Klefki and I'll draw 4 cards.
Fair enough.
Feeling pretty good about all that.
I'm really happy for you.
I'll evolve Dunsparce into the Dunsparce.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll go for a stick and draw on Klefki. Discard a card from my hand. I'll get rid of Houndoom. And then if I do, I get to draw 2 cards.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Draw a card. Ugh. Not looking great. Let's see. I'm going to play down Pikachu.
Okay.
That's a good one. Let's see what you got going on over here. I feel like the more time I give you to set all this stuff up, the worse off I am. Unfortunately, my hand is not good. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna play a lightning energy onto my Pikachu.
Okay. Okay.
And let's go with the. Let's see. Should I put this down? I don't think so. We're gonna go for another flippity flap.
Okay. Just keeping going with it.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, would you say this is pretty on par for what you've experienced watching many different battle box battles go down?
Yeah, it really depends. You can definitely have some really fast, aggressive starts, but oftentimes games do come down to sort of, setting up for a few turns before the real action begins.
I will draw for turn. Oh gosh, that's pretty good. Okay.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that every turn.
I mean, it should stop being so good then. I'll use Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking to search my deck for 2 cards, put them on top of my deck in any order.
As long as you don't have a way to like draw those cards, it should be okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. I'll grab those 2 cards.
Okay.
And then I will put them on top of my deck, and I do indeed have a way to draw them, as I will use the Dunsparce's Runaway Draw to draw the top 3 cards on my deck.
That's a good combo.
And then I will shuffle the Dunsparce back into my deck. And I'm feeling pretty solid about my setup so far. I will now evolve my Impidimp into Morgrim.
Mm-hmm.
I will attach an energy for turn to the Morgrim. I'll evolve I'll bench Chimchar, and then I'll use Stick and Draw to discard a card from my hand, getting rid of Larry's skill to draw 2 cards.
All right.
It's your turn.
Good. Draw a card. All right. We'll play my first supporter card.
Okay.
The Morty's Conviction. I'll discard this Volbeat and draw a card for each of your benched Pokemon. It'll give me a nice 5 cards.
Did not adequately play around the Morty's Conviction.
Yeah, Battle Box meta. Let's see what we got here. All right. We do have the Goldeen.
Okay.
Go ahead and do that one. Starting to wonder what cards are actually in my deck at this point. Let's see. I think I'm gonna attach to this Swirlix. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Bench this Hisuian Growlithe.
Okay.
And we will once again go for the Flippity Flap.
Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up. Flap away.
One of these hands has to be good.
Just keep trying.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and draw for turn. And I will use Pair-In to reveal up to 2 Pokemon from my hand and put them into my deck. If I do, I get to search my deck for that many Pokemon, reveal them, and put them in my hand.
Okay.
So I'll put back Emolga and Ninetales. And I will get... I guess I'll just get the Ninetales back. I put it back just in case I wanted to get something else, but I think I'll just get the Ninetales, and of course, I think to no surprises, Grimmsnarl.
Oh, yeah.
The Grimmsnarl, when I saw that card, it was one of the first cards I took when we drafted. I read it and I was like, this seems like it's pretty strong.
Yeah, that is pretty big. Don't love seeing that.
I will evolve my Morgrim into Grimmsnarl. I will attach an energy for turn. I'll evolve Chimchar into Monferno. Evolve Vulpix into Ninetales. And it's time to go in, I think. I will retreat the Klefki into Grimmsnarl. And I'm going to use its attack, Goad and Grab. Switch out your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Your opponent chooses the new active Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 160 damage to the new active.
Okay.
So you're going to send up the Growlithe, and you're going to put...
Yeah, let's just count this damage here and make
Oh,
sure.
okay, yeah, I think
correct.
that's a knockout.
Goodbye, Growlithe.
Yeah,
And I'll get
good
my
job, Growlithe.
first prize card.
Okay. Not looking great over here, if I'm being honest, but it's fine. We got something we can do, I'm sure.
Okay. Are you?
No. So we'll send a big teeny just in case. Don't know if I'm gonna have to use that again. All right, let's draw a card. Oh boy. Whew.
The turn 7 Grimmsnarl is just overwhelming, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately it is. All right. What kind of game plan can we have here? I think we're gonna start off with a Latias.
Okay.
It's got a couple attacks here.
See that?
Neither of them particularly impactful at the moment, but I will play Crispin,
Ooh.
card I'm sure people are familiar with from the standard format.
I did not see that card when we were drafting, so I have to imagine you drafted it as soon as you
did,
saw it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. No, I think this is the first time I've looked through my deck, so I can find out if there's bad news.
Yeah, what's prize?
Let's see.
Yeah, pretty easy shortcut is, if you see something while you're drafting that's really good in standard, played in a lot of top tier decks, it's probably pretty powerful here.
Sure, that definitely makes sense.
Okay, I'm gonna go and grab 2 different types. It's like I'm playing a Dragapult deck.
Where's your Dragapult?
It must be prized. All right. This one in my hand. This one goes here.
Okay.
Just go ahead and attach the turn, retreat, and let's see. I'm gonna do a next level play here.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna play a Lucky Helmet on my Victini.
That's on the bench.
Yeah,
I wonder what you're gonna send up if I use Goad and Grab.
we'll find out. I'm gonna use Lagoon Flight for 60 damage.
60
Your turn,
damage.
Chip.
I'll draw for turn.
Our attacks are equally as powerful.
I'll use Kofu to put 2 cards from my hand on the bottom of my deck in any order, and then if I do, I draw 4 cards. So I'll put these on the bottom, and I will draw my 4.
All right.
I will evolve Monferno into Infernape.
Interesting.
Yeah, seems decent, and I guess we will go for the goading grab.
I'm gonna send a Victini.
Sure.
And it'll take however much damage. Yeah. But I will use the effect of the Lucky Helmet and draw 2 cards.
Okay, and I get my prize card. Okay, can't complain about that.
Well, I think at this point, I don't have a whole lot I can hope for besides just drawing exactly what I need. So let's hope for that.
I believe in you.
Let's see.
Chip definitely has 2 of the stronger, I think, stage 2s in play right now. The battle box meta, so.
All right. Just need to hope to draw all the right stuff. Go Goldeen. Draw. That's a good start.
Okay.
Got the festival grounds.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is kind of one of the main pieces of your entire deck, right?
Yeah, that will allow Goldeen to attack twice. But that's not the Pokemon I'm hoping to attack with. So let's. I'm gonna go with the energy on the Goldeen. At this point, I just need to hope I draw what I need. And I'm gonna play the Carmine.
Okay.
Discard my hand. Unfortunately, discarding the Lana's aid, but I'll draw 5 cards.
Recovery cards like that are usually pretty good in this type of format.
Yep. And here, if I don't draw a Seeking or the Thwacky, which will let me get the Seeking,
Yep.
I don't think I'm gonna win.
Okay.
So let's hope for the best here.
Pivotal moment.
One at a time he does. Oh, okay, he found it. Yeah.
We're good. Okay. All right.
60.
So thankfully, the Latias let me set up the play from the previous turn.
Okay.
And now the Festival Lead ability. So if I have Festival Grounds in play, I can use an attack this Pokemon has twice.
Okay.
So I will go with the Rapid Draw. So 60 and draw 2 cards.
Yep.
And then Rapid Draw again, 60 and draw 2 cards.
60 damage 2 times. That puts me up to 180. That is a knockout on Grimmsnarl.
All right, we didn't get swept.
Grimmsnarl goes down. Okay.
Comeback Kyle? Possible?
It's definitely possible.
Unfortunately, the drawing cards is not optional.
Well, thankfully, you probably have a recovery card in your.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I don't know what I want to send up here, actually. I think I'm going to just send up, 3 prizes. I think I can lose a prize here. I'll send up the Ninetales, and I will draw for turn.
Okay.
Ooh. That was a good card to draw. I will use Hassle. I can only use this card if any of my Pokemon were knocked out during my opponent's last turn.
Interesting.
Then I get to look at the top 8 cards of my deck and put 3 of them into my hand. The first time I've seen this card the entire game, and it's the only turn in the entire game I would have been able to play it so far. So I'll look at these. And I think I'm just going to take... I get 3 cards. That's a lot of cards. All right. I'll take just those 3. That's all I need, I really think.
Okay.
Okay. I will replace your Festival Grounds with my Jamming Tower.
That's not good.
I'll use Pyro Dance to attach a basic Fire Energy from my hand to one of my Pokemon. I'll put it on the Infernape. I'll attach for turn to Ninetales.
Okay.
And I'll go for Fire Soul for 50 damage, and then I get to put 30 damage on one of your benched Pokemon. And for the 30 on the bench, I will put 30 onto, I don't know how much HP Slurpuff has. I have to imagine Raichu has more HP than Slurpuff. So I'm going to put the 30 on the Pikachu.
Pikachu?
Yeah, I'll put it on Pikachu.
Sounds good. All right. Draw a card. It's going to be tough. Well, I did draw Thwacky.
Okay.
It's got the Boom Boom Groove ability. So once during your turn, if your active Pokemon has the Festival Lead ability, which mine happens to, you can search your deck for any card and put it into your hand.
2 cards in your deck right now?
Yeah. Well, I think this will help me decide if the game needs to continue any further. So we'll go ahead and use Boom Boom Groove.
And you do have to take one.
I'm aware of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I don't know how much that helps, but we'll find out in a second.
Okay.
Nope, that's not gonna help me. I do have a way to shuffle my hand into my deck.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that card is Lacy, which then makes you draw 8 cards.
Does make you draw 8.
So it does not help me to prevent decking out in this situation. Let's see what we can do, though. Not giving up quite yet.
He's looking for any out he can find.
All right. So I cannot attack with Seeking. If I do, I immediately lose the game, even though I will get a prize card if I do that. So that part is tempting. I think I just have to retreat the Seeking. And let's go ahead and send up the Latias. Yeah. We'll survive one more turn, I guess, potentially. We'll evolve to Raichu.
Okay, there he is.
Yep. It's got a couple attacks. One really funny one that can just damage my own Pokemon at the moment.
Let's see.
Collateral Bolts, 50 damage to each Pokemon that already has any damage counters on it, which at the moment is only my Pokemon. It's probably not going to go with that one. But I will attach to the Raichu and hit you for 60 damage.
60
Go
damage.
ahead.
I'll draw for turn. I think I'm just going to... I'll Pyro Dance to attach an energy to the Infernape. Could be in trouble if I... Interesting spot here. I think...
If you have a Professor's Research, maybe that's a card you could play.
Oh, really? You think I should play that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to draw more cards.
I don't think
in
I
the
should
Pokemon
play that.
TCG.
I'm just going to go with the Fire Soul for 50 damage,
Okay.
and I'll put the extra 30 onto... Let's put it onto the Seeking.
Sure. Sounds good. All right. Draw my card. I got a lot of different options here.
You've got your whole deck,
That is true.
except for those 3 cards.
Yeah. So all the options end up with me losing at the end of the turn. But let's just figure out what the best way to go out is.
Oh, going out on his own terms, this guy.
Yeah. So let's kick it off with the Lacy.
Okay.
So shuffle my hand into my deck.
Smart. This is a smart play.
Then draw 4
You like what
cards.
you see, Kenny?
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Okay.
only guys like Kyle can come up with stuff like this.
So you draw 4 cards, but then if your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, you draw 8 cards instead.
Feels like normally a pretty powerful supporter in this format.
Yeah, yeah. If you draw it at the right time, it's pretty good. But- so I'll just go ahead and draw 8 cards. 8. There we go.
Okay, that is 8.
Oh, unfortunate. Let's see though. Okay, we'll do something cool though. Let's see if I can let you win in 2 ways.
You're gonna knock out your...
So we'll go ahead with the Raichu. I'm gonna play the Power Glass.
Okay.
Which has no effect because of the jamming tower.
Yes, of course.
And then let's use the Collateral Bolts. So 50 damage to each Pokemon that has any damage counters on it.
Okay.
So that's 50, 50, and then this one's knocked out.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately.
you get a prize
I do get a
card.
prize. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate
And
it.
again, I can't use Power Glass, so go ahead, Chip.
I'll draw, and I think I will just pass.
You got 2 knockouts here you could take.
Couldn't take the 2 knockouts, but I'll take the deck out win. I'm
Okay,
fine with it. I'm not a greedy man.
Good game. Well
Good
played,
game.
Chip.
Yeah, GG's.
You got me in this battle box, but I'll be back next time.
That was a lot of fun. I appreciate the game, Kyle. And Kenny, thanks for helping facilitate things for us. If people saw this and thought it seemed fun and they want to check it out, where could they do that?
Yeah, so we're demoing it here this weekend in Portland, of course, and nothing's set in stone yet, but hopefully in the future at more of these regionals and international championships, things like that. So definitely be on the lookout for that if you come to any of our tournaments.
All right. Appreciate your time, Kenny. Let's get back to the Pokemon TCG action.